Thank you for watching WISD TV and welcome to the Rockets and Robotics Lab at University High School. My name is Dale Caffey, joined by Dennis Oob. He's a rockets and robotics teacher here at University High School, and the big day is about to come again. Another year has passed, and Rockets 2013 will blast off in Fredericksburg on Saturday, May the 4th. A lot of excitement, and you've done this thing before. Talk about Rockets 2013.
It's very exciting. Even though I've done this like many years, it's still exciting. Building up to it, we're all so nervous. We're waiting to see what our rockets will do when we get out there, and anything can happen once we get out there. So,
talk a little bit about what you try to do in your Rockets class. You have Rockets 1 and Rockets 2, I believe.
Right, and we start from the basics. We start from what is a rocket, and we build up from there. Right before Christmas, we start building small rockets, and we demonstrate stability, and we demonstrate aerodynamics, and then we just kind of build one step at a time until we finally get to our big, massive rockets that we're going to blast off on Saturday.
We'll talk about working with students each and every year trying to build better and better rockets. You learn by experience, and now you have some experience. Talk about that.
That's right, and I try not to pass on my personal experience onto them, but now that we're getting students that are in multiple years, we're getting their experience back into the program. And the biggest thing for us is that every year they come up with new and better products, and so we have to research all the products, and we get new and more exciting things every year. Like if we can look at this fin set here, reflective fins are new this year, so that's like an example of like new technology that's coming out. And this year we have radio telemetry data that's going to come straight from the rockets as we fly. And we'll be able to gather data as the rockets are going up and as they're coming down and be able to find them, and that's the big thing for us. Like getting our data back is really important.
Okay, we're going to talk to some students in just a moment about these wonderful rockets, but you have 3 of them this year. I think you've had 3 before, but talk about what each of these rockets represents and the students they represent.
These 2 rockets here are going to be trying to break the sound barrier this year, and usually we only have 1. So this year we have 2, so that's kind of exciting. And the thing with these rockets is that 9 out of 10 rockets usually don't break the sound barrier. They end up being confetti. And so we've learned, like we said, we've learned from experience, and now we have some really sturdy rockets this year. So we're hoping to not only get our data back, but also get our rockets back intact so we can show them off. And I would like to make a plug for our painter. Every year the students do the graphics on here, and they design their own graphics, but then we have an outside guy comes in and takes their graphics and does beautiful paint jobs for us. And his name is Von Otto, airbrushed by Von Otto out of Hewitt.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you have any students this year who are going to Fredericksburg for their second time, possibly?
Yes, Taylor is going to be going for a second time. Jesse, we have probably about a dozen.
Good. Well, we're going to turn and talk to some students and look at their rockets closer up, and then we'll be back with you in just a moment.
They know more about them than I do.
Oh, very good. First of all, let's talk to this young man. What is your name?
My name is Taylor Drake.
Okay, Taylor, tell me a little bit about your rocket that's right behind us here.
The rocket that we have here this year is the Transonic Rocket. This for Rocketry 2. Our 4th period has been working on this rocket for about, I want to say about 6 months to make it where it's meeting all the standards for Fredericksburg and to make it fly. We've simulated it a bunch of times, and we're making roughly about 12,500 feet, a little under our ceiling, at about Mach 1.1.
Wow. Okay, you sound like a veteran. You've been there before. Talk about the excitement around Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg, it's a lot of mayhem and commotion, but it's this good feeling that everyone's there, like, we're going to do it, we're going to break the sound barrier, we're going to make 1 mile with 1 pound in the nose cone of this rocket, and it's just, you got to see it to believe it, that it's just amazing, just watching everything go up and seeing all the hard work that all the teams from all over Texas do.
Mm-hmm. Talk about last year and what you saw and what you experienced and what your team experienced.
Last year, one of my teammates, Jesse Cowan, is a veteran with me as well. We worked on the electronics last year. Last year we saw many rockets trying to break the sound barrier not launch their first time. They had problems with their engines. They had problems with the rocket itself to actually launch. We actually saw one go up in flames last year after it left the pad. So it's one of these things that you don't really understand it until you're there. Because we were thinking about it before it happened last year, and it was just so apprehensive, like, oh man, what are we actually going to see? How late are we going to be there? Are we going to be there until the crack of dawn the next day, or is it going to be, middle of noon and we're going to leave?
Right. And what did it turn out to be? A whole day-long experience?
We were there in Fredericksburg till about 4. We didn't get home till about 7 o'clock.
Cool.
So.
And tell me about the either joy or the agony that happens when your rocket either does or doesn't work.
Well, the joy of seeing it go up is none other than like someone gaining their own first child. You're happy to see it get up in life and rise. Yeah. But the agonizing failure that we didn't make 1 pound 1 mile last year for our rocket was terrible. We were so close, but close but no cigar.
Right. Well, Taylor, this is your baby, and best of luck as you head off to Fredericksburg.
Thank you very much.
Okay, as you can hear, the bell ringing here at University High School, but we're going to go on and talk to some other people who are going to be in Fredericksburg and look at their rocket as well. Who do I have here? Your name, sir?
Orlando Rodriguez.
Okay, Orlando, and?
Shyla Burgess.
Very good. So you're teamed up to make this rocket. Tell me a little bit about this rocket, Orlando.
Well, it's a very unique rocket because we're like the only ones using tube fins this year.
Tell me about what your job on this rocket was mainly.
To design like the interior of it. We have to work out where the motor would be and the altimeter, and then where our payload would be and a recovery system.
Very good. Okay, so your responsibility is the inside, and your responsibility is?
The outside. I did most of like the design, how the nose cone is sort of like elliptical instead of straight.
Right.
And then I also put on the tube fins, and it's kind of a new thing to see because nobody that goes to Fredericksburg, does the tube fins, and we didn't have to stick with like the skinny design since all we're trying to do is break the mile and not the sound barrier. Right. So we kind of had a little bit extra room to, customize.
Well, talk a little bit about what the goal is. You mentioned the mile, and is it with a payload?
Yes, you have to take a 1 pound payload up to a mile.
Okay. And some interesting payload. You want to show it to us and tell us what this payload is?
We just out of nowhere decided that it would be kind of cool to put a big gummy bear in the nose cone and see, if the altitude affects how it looks after it comes down, right, or if it explodes. I don't know. It'd just be really cool.
See if that gummy bear changes shapes in any way after going up that far at that speed.
Exactly.
Very good. Anything else you want to tell me about this rocket and the fun that you had in putting it together? Anybody? How about you?
I mean,
he's so happy he can express himself.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it was really fun, like trying to find something that would go to that exact mile point. You're not supposed to make it to where it goes higher or lower.
Right.
And in the RockSim file, it makes it like you simulate it and the exact design, and it's just a lot of work put into it, and I'm proud of the outcome.
Very good. First time for both of you at Fredericksburg?
For me.
Yes,
and
sir.
you? Excitement?
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Very good. Thank you so much, and best of luck on your rocket going up and reaching that 1 mile.
Thank you.
Okay, let's walk on around here and look at rocket number 3 here at University High School and talk to one of the engineers who helped to put this rocket together. Your name, sir?
Name's Edwin, sir.
Very good. Edwin what?
Edwin Vieira.
All right. Tell me a little bit about your rocket here. Explain your design and everything inside and out that you can tell me about it.
All right. For instance, it's a 3-inch rocket that we've been trying to make it for Transonic to beat the speed of sound and Mach. And also this thing, as much as many people are saying, like, so much trouble, so much of the design, and you're like, man, I'm hoping it's just like, it's got a kind of a heart attack. You can expect it, and like, oh man, everything is coming to crash. We're using the same altimeter as everyone else, as quoted from Taylor. We're using an Altruist metrum. It's basically wireless we can use from that antenna over there as the computer is setting up. Mm-hmm. And also we're using a K550 engine that's going to be a little bit more stronger than what most of these engines are using now.
Really? Okay. So the goal here is to break the sound barrier, right?
Mm-hmm. And reach under 13,000 feet.
Okay, very good. Your first time or?
Yes, sir. My first time and everything, and just getting ready the first time, and everybody's, how you can say, as a child, put it as a king, just I don't know what to do at the moment. But, yeah, flowing along with it, and you got people who's willing to help you out and guide you through it. As a wonderful teacher is Mr. Oob. Mm-hmm. As consider that I was just really grateful and thankful, like, be able to get something like a wonderful, huge rocket like this, be able to shoot up in the air.
Yeah. Well, Taylor expressed how fun it was at Fredericksburg. Did he pass along that to some of the students here who are going for the first time?
Oh, yes, he recommended, he talked about how great and crazy things could be. More my concern is not having my, my rocket become into confetti or bursting into flames or wind up shooting rocket and hitting people. So that was my main concern. But I'm pretty sure it's a sure shot it will come through.
Very good. Well, congratulations on this fantastic design, and best of luck at Fredericksburg.
All righty, thank you.
Okay, let's turn now and talk to Mr. Oob once again, and I got to talk to you about your students here. Boy, they are excited, and they look like they put a lot of work into these rockets.
They've put in a ton of work, and what you see here is just the tip of the iceberg, because we have all the simulations that go in there. We have spreadsheets that went in there early in the year. It's a huge project, and we take it one day at a time and just kind of build on the knowledge as we go. And so it ends up being a really exciting event, a really great culmination to a long project.
Do you ever get tired of taking students up to Fredericksburg on the first Saturday in May?
No, never at all, because I tell people all the time, I can't believe that I get paid to do this. This is like great work. It's showing students things that are so important in the real world, how to collaborate with others, how to collaborate with small groups and get everything kind of combined to create a final project, and it's just great stuff. I just love it.
Good. Any final thoughts before you head to Fredericksburg?
It's open to the public. You guys are welcome to come out. If you go to Fredericksburg and say, where are the rockets flying, they'll all point in the same direction. You cannot get lost. So come on out there. It's, like I said, it's open to the public. It's a great way to spend the weekend. And it's going to be from Thursday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's open to the public, and it's also going to be streamed live on Ustream. So you can go to their website at systemsgo.org, click on the links, and you'll watch them live if you can't be there.
Great. Dennis Oob, congratulations to you and your student.
All right. Thank you so much, Dale.
Okay, it's been a pleasure to be here at University High School today in the Rocket Laboratory. The students behind me getting ready to go to Rockets 2013 in Fredericksburg, Texas. My name is Dale Caffey, reporting from University High School, where there are learners today, leaders tomorrow.